You're welcome back. The show is still Political Spectrum, reaching you live from the beautiful hills of Ibiakoran here in Akwa Ibom State. Just before we went on that break, we talked about the candidacy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who happens to be one of the most influential candidates for the 2023 general elections coming from the All Progressive Congress. Now, he has not publicly declared his intentions, but his supporters have been doing a lot of campaign and putting him on the line. Today, we'll be taking a look at his chances towards his ambition, as the case may be. And in the studio with me to talk about this issue is a barrister, and of course he is a social political commentator, and he'll be telling us why he feels or do not feel that Ahmed Tinubu has a chance for the presidential election come 2023. He's no other person than Barrister Nifeke Udoyan. So good to have you in our studios.
Thank you. Good to be here. Nifeke is the name.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you.
Nifeke, it's good to have you again. Talking about Bola Tinubu, I'll just kick it straight up. Do you think he has a chance for the elections?
In the Nigeria of today, it's sad that we're still talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu as one of our foremost leading political aspirants. It's sad, but that's the situation we find ourselves. So do I think he's qualified to contest the election? Yes, he's eminently qualified.
Not qualified, he's qualified.
Yes.
Do you think he has chances?
Yeah, he has a fair chance, because the Nigeria of today has made it that possible. Because if he didn't have a fair chance, we would not even be mentioning, or you would not even have made it a topic for today. You seemingly believe he has a fair chance. Other Nigerians, most people who are campaigning for him, believe he has a fair chance. So the truth is that, yes, he has a fair chance, but it's appalling that in this day and time, when the world is talking about the younger generation, we're told we'll be leaders of tomorrow. But the truth is that we have observed as children of yesterday and leaders of today, that the provisions of our constitution as to requirements for election in Nigeria are we're just more or less put in there as a fulfillment of procedure. Not necessarily, it's more or less observing the breach than in the belief that it would actually work. Because Bola Ahmed Tinubu should not even be aspiring to be a leader, not minding how eminently qualified he is. But the truth is this: how many young men or younger men would actually have the privilege and will have the resources in current Nigerian political system of today to pull through such an aspiration? This is not about contesting for local government chairmanship. This is about contesting for the leadership of a nation. This is a nation where everything in Nigeria has been monetized. You can't go to consult for even your traditional marriage, a listing and trying to build a family without spending money. How much more coming into politics to lead people? Everything at every step of the way has been monetized. So that's how bad it is. Okay,
now talking about his qualification, yeah, he's qualified for the candidacy, and you feel he has a chance in it. Have you considered the zoning pattern? Naturally, it said that some people of the opinion that presidency should come back to the south, or most likely to the southeast. How do you marry those two issues?
Power is not given, power is taken. Yeah, Tinubu has very fair chances to become the candidate of the All Progressive Congress. But the truth is this: within the APC, coincidentally, I'm a member of the APC. Within the APC, there has not been a formal policy document stating clearly that presidency would come to the south. Although as politicians, we have made our own postulations and done groundwork to know it's come to the south. But if the southeast, it's just a contention. Yes, in fairness, it should go to the southeast, because in the history of Nigeria, they've not had, since the time of Azikiwe, they've not had anybody at the head of political leadership in this country. In fairness and equity, it should go to them. But nowhere in the world is power given.
Okay, talking about taking power, let's say peradventure he succeeds to take power. How will that solve the issue of the IPOP in the southeast?
Even given a southeasterner, presidency of this country might not solve the problem of IPOB. That's my candid opinion. Giving them the leadership of that might not solve. So Tinubu becoming the candidate and thereafter, by the grace of God, if possible, becoming the president of Nigeria, might also not solve it. But the truth is this: I have always had this impression that it's always far better for an outsider sitting down to assess the situation with informed opinions from people who are actually, let's say, Tinubu becomes the president and he says, okay, I need 10 Southerners from different varieties of the society within the Southeast to give me a perspective of how to sort out the IPOP issue. I believe that an outsider with a good intention can actually solve problems far better than even an indigenous person who wants to solve, because take your leave it, each and every indigenous person has their own bias, and you can't separate that. Now,
some people have come out to say Ahmed should not consider the presidential election. One of such persons is Osita Iheanacho, happens to be the DG of VON, and he says rather than do that, because everyone understands he has the resources, he has the power, he has all the apparatus he needs to install. I mean, it was practically the bear behind the emergence of President Muhammadu Buhari. Yes. So now they are thinking he should pull those resources to support a much younger candidate from the Southeast to bring peace in Nigeria. What's your opinion on that?
I have a problem with the way Mr. Chief Osita Okechukwu went about that particular application or appeal to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The problem I have is this: you shouldn't have come to the pages of newspaper to make the application. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is approachable. If you want to raise such a discussion with a man with that kind of resource, you don't come on national TV and look as if you're trying to blackmail him into accepting, or trying to make him realize that he will lose social capital if he were not to accept your application. No, you take steps. Tinubu believes in superior argument. To my understanding, the people have spoken that are closer to him, to my understanding, listens to superior argument. If for any reason you had engaged Tinubu in the past 6-7 months regularly, and you had gotten to a point where he had told you, okay, I've listened to you, but these are the reasons and these are the reasons I will not accept the application. But no, you come out to the pages of newspapers, on social media, and you begin to say, no, Tinubu should begin to mobilize towards a younger person. But the truth is this: you should have even offered him the opportunity of even listening to his own side before coming publicly to state this fact. You don't expect a man who has a personal interest, take it or leave it. Every human being is first selfish before selfless. So when you come on air and you tell me, Andy, I don't want you to do this, I don't want you to do this, you forget that I have a personal interest, which you should have also thought of before you even walk up to me to make such a public interest. And the truth is that when and if you make such a public demand, I'm also under burden, under pressure to also give you a public reply. And at the point I want to give you a public reply, I will give you that reply based on my own personal interest, which you have not covered when you made your application. So the truth is this: I wouldn't have expected that. I would have believed that before coming out to say this, there should have been series of meetings, series of elders from the South is approaching Tinubu and saying, yes, it's coming to the South. Yes, the South expects it, but please, we're making a special application. Okay, Tinubu, we're going to give you a list of 50 youths, young men under 50 from the Southeast who are doing well at the different levels. Tinubu, make a choice. That's how to build that's how to do political consultations. You don't take a political leader with the resources of Bola Ahmed Tinubu by surprise and by going to national newspaper or social media to tell him, and we're appealing that you allow us to become president. No, nobody makes such an appeal. This is someone who has prepared and worked towards this aspiration, and you now tell him a year to elections, a year plus elections, please stand down. No. It might be very hard.
Oh, it might be very hard.
It might be very hard.
Now, let's look at Ahmed Tinubu, his age, and the times we are now. He is currently born in 1932. Let's say he is 89 years by now. Do you think he has the energy to man the stress that comes with the office of the presidency?
I think there are a whole lot of people who would argue with that age. Right? That ballad date like you mentioned, yes. Because I know the man celebrated his birthday, I think a month or two ago, and he has an actual official age. So I don't know, a lot of people will
What's the difference between the official age and his real age?
Yeah, the difference is the word he has chosen to apply and the word he has chosen to publicly mouth. The one he said, oh, this is my age and I'm standing by it, that is the one that's the official age. The other ones might just be mere conjectures to him.
Do you think by standing by the official age that he has more super strength to man the office?
No, that's on our side. Now, on official age or unofficial age, we should move past bringing men of yesteryears. The truth is this: Tinubu might be as amazing as he is as a political leader, but the truth is, a lot of his ideas for the world of today might actually be very archaic. Yes, that's my position. I don't think if I were him, if I were to have the privilege of sitting with him, I'll tell him, sir, my appeal to you would be, take steps, consider yourself, consider how far you've come, but consider the benefits more to the South by looking for like-minded individuals across the South and telling them, identify good-spirited individuals with a mind for nation building within the Southeast. Let us bring up a list of 100. Amongst the list of 100, we do a list of 30. You trim it down that way. You find a way to make sure that you come to town with your best 10 that you know that along the line you are able to vouch integrity-wise. These are people integrity-wise have built a name for themselves. The word is their bond, will be their bond when and if a power. But the truth is, no matter how well you might want to even vouch for that, the truth is that any human being, once power comes in, it changes the mix. So for me, I'll say Tinubu, his age, his experience, he shouldn't even be coming out for political leadership at this age. He should be somewhere resting and being a guide to younger generations like us and telling us, oh, this is the way you should do it. This is the best way I think you should do it. Economically, oh, this is how I think. This is my own perspective. That's at that level. But I don't think he should come out personally. If I would have the pillar, tell him, sir, say what you, sir, I don't think you should aspire. I don't think you should come out. We can still yet benefit from your years of experience through another level without you being the leader of this country.
Yeah, you did talk about having his ideas, being a cake.
Yes.
It was one of those things. Do you think his experience can actually be brought to bear or can actually work for Nigeria, to rebuild Nigeria, considering his antecedents?
I'm one of the few people, one of the many and few who, depending on which divide you look at it from, who would say that with his experience in leading Lagos State and after leaving Lagos State and the growth trajectory Lagos State has consistently been through leadership growth trajectory, you realize that the man has done well for Lagos State. He has a talent for identifying good leaders. That's why I said he should take steps to identify people, because the man has a talent for identifying strong characters who would do well if and when the pressure comes on them. So for me, I would say yes, with his experience, he would actually do well. But the best experience that would pay us well as Nigerians is the experience of being able to identify and galvanize talents towards working for somebody else. That's my position. So yes, his experience might help us, but I don't believe it will be better served with him, that said experience being used to lead Nigeria. Can better be used to channel and galvanize the leader of Nigeria, whoever he would love to support, to guide us properly.
All right, that's coming from you. We'll put a post to it right here, and when we return, we'll be looking at the last lap of the show. What chances do the All Progressive Congress have towards the national elections? Don't go away. Stay with us.